Hi guys, it's Lynn here. I hope everyone is having an incredible day. Now guys, in this video, I'm going to share with you a couple of tips on what you can do should your seedlings come down with a mold or fungus. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is that my wonderful friend Maria from Succulent Living by Maria here on YouTube, hi Maria, asked me, she said that she's growing some seeds and she noticed that there's a little bit of mold and fungus like growing on the seeds, and she asked me what was the best thing and have I experienced that. And I said, funny enough, I always grow mine with the bags and I sterilise the soil and everything, and yet for the first time ever I've actually experienced mould and fungus growing on them, even though I completely sterilised the soil and used completely clean pots. And I have had treated some of them the other day, and these here are completely clear, as you can see. These are some wonderful MacLeod seeds that my wonderful friend Olga from Olga's Dreamland here on YouTube gifted me, and they're growing really well. But they had this little strange sort of mouldy thing on here that these saguaros have also got, and a splits with a sprayer done the job, and so far so good. Now here, these are some saguaro seedlings, Carnegie gigantea, that also have, as you can see, this strange white mould. And I took them out of the bag because they was in these baggies. And I think because I kept spraying, it kept coming back, I've actually took it out of the bag. And this is a bit of advice for you because in this case, how to grow cacti from seed in the past, I've made a video, and I always prefer my method. Everyone has different methods. Hansi won't use the baggy method. He has great success with his seeds and his seedlings. So we all have different methods, but I like to use the baggy method. And I've always had great success, but the only time I'd recommend taking them out of the bags is when they get big enough, because it keeps them in not only a sort of a sterile environment, helps to keep flies and anything from landing on the seeds. It does usually help to prevent fungus and damping off. But as I say, this year I've had a few come down to fungus, which is strange. And I'm just going to share with you what you can do should this happen to you. And guys, if you're not familiar with Maria from Succulent Living by Maria, please do go over and subscribe to her amazing YouTube channel. Maria is an amazing girl. She has some fantastic succulent videos on there, so please do go over and subscribe to her. Links above and below, guys. And this is really all you need to do. Now, first of all, there is two types of mould. Now, fungus tends to be the most dangerous because it can wipe out your seedlings in days. And really, sadly, if you have this, there's really little you can do because you'll know about it, because it doesn't matter what you do, it will wipe it out literally within hours. Mould, there is sort of two different types of moulds. Now, some mould, and yes, even some fungus, is actually harmless to seedlings and even seeds, and it can even be beneficial because some of the harmless mould can even break down the outer coating of the shell and encourage germination. But you also get the mould that can also wipe out your seeds and seedlings, and unfortunately there's very little way of knowing. Now luckily, because these saguaros here, obviously they would have been wiped out by now because this has been going on for a few days. I do keep spraying it and the mould goes away, it comes back. I know that this is pretty harmless, and the best thing to do if you have this and you're growing them in the bags or without the bags is literally get one of these jet sprays. I use these for watering the seedlings anyway, and for spraying a lot of the plants in our grow room here. We have them under the grow lights here, the LEDs, which are amazing, guys. And I find that all I do is here just literally give it a spritz. Just, you don't want it too powerful, so you obviously knock off the young seedlings. And if you've only got seeds and you've noticed this mould on the seeds, you want to be careful not to splash it so they move about. Just literally give it a good spray in here. And as I say, the reason why I've took this one out of the bag is because I think it was getting a little bit too humid. I prefer to keep them in the bags as long as possible, at least 3 months, or until they're big enough to come out. But in this case, I decided to take it out because of this mould. There you go. And as I say, they seem to be doing really well. And it's worked really well as well with the spray with the mammillarias, so that's great. These are some stapelias, they're growing great. They're also gifted to me by Olga from Olga's Dreamland too. So by the way, if you're not familiar with Olga, guys, you must also subscribe to Olga. She has an amazing cacti and succulents and other houseplants as well channel. Links up above and also down below, guys. And now I'm going to show you an example here. Now this bag here has got, and I noticed this morning, has got what's growing aloe in it, and it has got a little bit of fungus, sadly. Now I personally think this is the type of fungus, excuse me a minute while I open this bag. As you can see there, that isn't good. I think this is the fungus that really does wipe out, because it's the fuzzy type of fungus. Again, you really don't know. Now sometimes you can give a bit of a smell. It can give us sometimes a bit of a mushroomy smell, and that's usually the harmless type. But in this case, I'm going to just spray it and see how we go here. Seeds have not yet germinated in this bag. So, and as I say, they can take anything from a few days to literally a few months to germinate, cacti and succulent seeds. So I'm not going to give up on this just yet, but I've sprayed it and I'm going to keep an eye on it. The other ones I seem to have sprayed, they seem to have kept away. Now there's this one here, this is a gasteria. I don't know if you can see, it is actually in the middle there where it has actually germinated. Doing really well. And here again, I'm going to spray it. As you can see, that now this is the white mold on the surface, and this is the one that is pretty harmless, I have to say. And it can sometimes be beneficial. It hasn't harmed the one seed that's germinated, the little seedling there, at all. And as I say, all you need to do is literally just give it a good spritz in here with the spray. And the spray helps to dislodge the mold from the surface of the soil. And as I say, even if it is, you'll know if it's the harmless one or not, because if it's harmless, the mold will just sort of melt away like it's done there, and it may come back again in a few days time, but you know it is the harmless one, because the other one doesn't come back. It kills the plants literally within hours, so you'll know the difference. As in this case, this is the harmless one, but it's mainly unsightly, and just to be safe, it's good to, as soon as you see it, open up the bag and then spritz it, and then put the bag up again. Obviously, when you're opening the bag, you're taking it away from its sterile environment if you've microwaved the soil, which is the method I like to do. But personally, I don't think there's really any choice when you do spot mold or fungus on your seeds. You have to do this method here. And as I say, you can just see there's one just at the side there, just germinated. So there's two in that little bag, which is great. And that's really all you need to do, guys. Just make sure you use clean water. As in this case, I use either clean sterilised rainwater that I've boiled and left to cool down, or tap water that I've left for a couple of days so the chlorine has gone out of it. And our water here in Belfast in Northern Ireland is soft water, which is great, so we haven't got a high pH. And that's really all there is. And just keep an eye on it, guys. As I say, you know, spritz it out, wipe it out that way with the spray, being careful not to dislodge the seeds too much. So guys, I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of plant power, as always, from Ireland. And until the next video, guys, bye.